During its 1,000-year history, Kazan often resounded all over the world. Of course, we remember that here just recently passed the Universiade 2013, and a year later the city will take World Acquaintance Championship. But if you look far into the history, then you can see, without exaggeration, what is admired by citizens of Kazan and many inhabitants of the world. It is Kazan Chemical School, the pride of Kazan, Russia, the entire planet. About its recent and past merits we will tell you right now. Kazan Chemical School, with a history more than 170 years ago, is bright and full of major events and great names. In 1841, in Kazan University was held its first discovery that brought worldwide fame not only to the scientists, but also the city. Kazan was talked as a cradle of a new school of chemistry and anticipated her great future. It is about opening of the 44th element of the periodic table of chemical elements, ruthenium, by Professor Karl Klaus. But the genius of scientists was not even in it. Later, he trained the student who surpassed the teacher. He was Nikolai Zinin. Under the guide of the famous teacher, Zinin didn't just love chemistry, but he lived and breathed by it. And the year after the discovery of ruthenium, a pupil of Karl Klaus again shocked the scientific community. The reduction reaction of aromatic nitro compound was opened. Zinin reaction, as it was called later, made a real revolution in chemical science. In Europe, it was first talked about organic synthesis, and Zinin himself almost was equated to the saint. However, the glory of Kazan Chemical School forget not only by Zinin and Klaus. In Kazan University there were created such conditions and such atmosphere that geniuses were literally born every day. Markovnikov, Flavitsky, Wagner, Arbuzov, and of course the author of the theory of chemical structure of matter, Alexander Butler. The street in Kazan and Chemical Institute of Kazan Federal University are named after him, as well as a classroom preserves science, the time, the great scientist. This audience is the very cradle of Kazan School of Chemistry. Here many famous chemists started their work, and then they traveled around the country and even abroad, and to promote their scientific ideas there by developing a chemical science. Kazan Chemical School is widely known even nowadays. Glorious history and rich tradition today are continuing in Chemical Institute named after Butler of Kazan Federal University. It has all permissions for great discoveries. For example, recent years the staff of the institute have seriously rejuvenated. There are many young professionals studying science since student time, and many of them, in consequences, remain within the walls of native alma mater. These young scientists are future of science, because a qualitative leap, a science, and most importantly the idea of the primary importance. Young scientists have both of these qualities, and they are ready to benefit not only the native university, but to science at all.
Traditionally, the Kazan Chemical School is very strong by their development and research in the field of all areas of chemistry. Traditionally, it's organic chemistry, but last decade the accent has moved to the biomedical investigations, application of chemistry in biomedicine. Happily, we have a lot of young scientists who are interested in development of chemistry. We have enough of interesting results that are published in many international journals with high impact factors. That is very important for the scientific community all over the world.
Chemical Institute is one of the most important and leading chemical institutes in Russia, so our institute is very famous not only in Russia and all over the world. We have a lot of scientific research in different fields of chemistry, analytical chemistry and organic chemistry. Special attention our scientists pay on the study of new catalysts for industry, for oil industry, oil recovery industry. Also we have some new achievement in the field of pharmaceutical science, in the drug discovery. So, for example, in our institute there are few groups which work on the study of new drugs. of new drug delivery systems, so it's very good research.
In the Chemical Institute, the level of technical equipment seriously increased in just the past few years. Through the participation of Kazan Federal University in the development program of federal universities, equipment for chemists was purchased for several $million. Some of this equipment is still only waiting in the wings, and the other is already working for the benefit of science. Cutting-edge instruments gradually master future Zinin and Butlerov. By the way, this set of tools for high-precision research has neither one university in Russia. Moreover, the chemical laboratories of Kazan Federal University can rightly be called a world-class laboratories because many devices here are unique.
Here you can see one of the modern equipment, monocrystal diffractometer, which allows to receive a direct photo of the molecule. And such equipment, very expensive equipment, stay in the most of our laboratories.
The possibilities of these and many other devices standing in the laboratories of the Institute seem fantastic, but young scientists have become accustomed to modern technologies in science. You could even say that with many devices they long for you, and this is almost half of the success. So new developments of Kazan Chemical School are in the nearest future.